Hello Kaiju fans of all kinds, I'm back with another video. Bandai. Bandai has been responsible for a lot of Godzilla Kaiju figures and figure lines, one example being the SH Monsters line, of course. But the one I'm going to be talking about today is just the Bandai vinyls, 6-inch and 8-inch figures. My favorite line of Godzilla figures to collect. And with them recently making a comeback with figures from 2014 and 2016, and this year a lot of figures have been announced, and I'm planning on getting them, like Gyra, Sanda, the new Shin Godzilla Atomic Breath figure, and the Frozen, well, I think I'm going to say the Frozen one is $90. But there's also the Godzilla anime figures, which are coming out from the new Godzilla movie, Godzilla Monster Planet, and they just released, at the time of this video, the reissue pictures of the Burning Godzilla and Destroya, which at the time of this video, all I have to use for them is this blurry image, but yeah, I'm going to be buying those too. So with Bandai making a return with their vinyls, I thought I would make a list of top 10 figures I want Bandai to make, remake, or reissue. Number 10. For number 10, I'm going to have to go with Space Godzilla. Now, this one would fall in the remake category, because while they do have a Space Godzilla, 8-inch and 6-inch actually, it just never looked all that good to me, to be honest. The strange looking face and the huge gap in the dorsal spines. It was just never the best looking figure, and I think if they remade it, you know, with a whole new sculpt and everything, you know, don't go Bandai Creation route, because that one's not too much better, but, you know, maybe look at the Monster Arts figure, because that was made by Bandai, but they could just make the vinyl a little bit better. Number 9. Number 9 would have to be Titanosaurus. This one, including the next few, we're going to be reissue, because the Titanosaurus vinyl actually looks really good. Like, it's a great figure. It's just very expensive, especially nowadays, and, you know, maybe if they made one, like, if they reissued him, maybe they could do what they did with the Kiryu and change, you know, something on it, like they could give him a closed tail or something like that. It would just be nice to get another Titanosaurus figure, and also maybe, you know, he'd be back down to the $30 or something, instead of $75 like he is nowadays. Number 8. Alright, for 8, I'm going to have to go with Orga. And Orga, same thing as Titanosaurus. They have a great Orga, like the Orga figure Bandai, the Orga Bandai figure is great. But it's the same thing where it's just very expensive nowadays. And if they could reissue it, they could probably make it around $40 or something like that. And also, considering the fact that they just re-released the Godzilla 2000 in 2016, that'd be cool, because then they reissued Godzilla 2000 and they could reissue Orga. It would just work great. Number 7. Mechagodzilla 1975. Again, it's a great figure. They already have one 6-inch scale, and I really, really want that figure. It's just really expensive nowadays, especially. And also, there aren't really too many Mechagodzilla 75s out there. I mean, of course, there's, you know, the X Plus, and there's a few other things here and there, like the, I think it's called the Chogokin or something like that. It's animatronic, or RC, remote control, whatever. But there's no, like, normal, just 6-inch vinyls or whatever, other than that one. And it'd just be nice to see another Mechagodzilla 75. And, hey, maybe they could reissue both Titanosaurus and Mechagodzilla 75, and that would be awesome. Number 6. Okay, for number 6, I'm going to have to go with Godzilla 2002. Now, with these next few figures, I would like them to remake them in a 6-inch scale, because 6-inch is my favorite scale for, like, the Bandai vinyls. They have 6 and 8-inch, and I like the 8-inch ones too. Like, I really like the 8-inch ones, but 6-inch I just like a little bit more. So it'd be cool if they could remake, you know, the Godzilla 2002 in a 6-inch scale, because they only have the 8-inch. So, I don't know, it would just be kind of cool, and it kind of goes into the next figure as well. Number 5. Kiryu 2002 with the Battle Pack, of course. Not much to say about this one, because pretty much exactly the same reasons as the last one. And I just really want a 6-inch Kiryu with the Battle Pack, because they have the Tokyo SOS one in 6-inch, and that's actually it. So, it'd be cool to have another Kiryu. Number 4. The Godzilla Final Wars line. Okay, for these next two, I'm kind of cheating a bit, because they're not just one figure, they're a line of figures. This first one being the Godzilla Final Wars line. And this is an interesting one, because the Final Wars line was kind of a mess. They had a good 6-inch line with Godzilla, Anguirus, Rodan, Gigan, Minya, and Exilian for some reason, but hey, it's still 11 Exilian, I guess. And Kaiser Ghidorah, who was actually in the 8-inch scale, but he sizes, you know, good with the 6-inch Godzilla, so I'm going to put him in there for some reason. So the only 8-inch figure we would really get is a Kaiser Ghidorah, because most of the monsters were all basically the same size. But what they decided to do was make an 8-inch Godzilla line for Final Wars. So they went with Godzilla, Gigan, Monster X, and also Kaiser Ghidorah, Chainsaw Gigan, and Mothra, or Fire Mothra. Which is weird because they don't make any of the other characters in 8-inch, just those ones. But so basically what I want them to do is basically re-release or remake them in 6-inch scale. Remake a Gigan with chainsaws and Monster X and Mothra in a 6-inch scale so they can actually fit okay with the rest of the 6-inch scale. Oh, and it'd be nice in a 6-inch scale if they can make all the monsters they didn't make, like Ebra, Komodo, Kamacuras, Hedorah, Amanda, and King Caesar. Number 3. The entire line for GMK. This one's similar to the last one, but this time all the figures were in 8-inch scale, which is fine, because this one I would like them to either remake them in 6-inch scale, or just simply re-release them, reissue them. Because I would love to buy the whole 8-inch line, because at least they actually scale well, unlike the Final Wars figures. And also, it'd just be nice to get an entire line of monsters from my favorite Godzilla movie, from my favorite line of figures. Number 2. Showa Ghidorah. Now, there is already some Showa Ghidorahs from Bandai. I just don't like any of them. The 6-inch one is just very disproportional, and I just don't like the way it looks. Then there's the Great Monster Series one, which is a bit better, but it's out of my price range, like, horribly. And again, it doesn't catch my attention. I just don't like the look of it. Well, honestly, there aren't really that many Showa Ghidorahs to begin with, or at least ones that I like. Of course, there's the X Plus, which looks amazing, but that's way out of my budget also. And there's the 6-inch, the Great Monster Series, and whatever the heck that is. The only one that I would say I would actually buy is the Giga Brain, because I actually think the Giga Brain looks really cool and quite movie accurate, to be honest. So what I want them to do is either just make a new 6-inch one, make completely different sculpt, because I really don't like the old one, or make an 8-inch version, because I guess an 8-inch Ghidorah would actually fit more in scale with the 6-inch Godzillas, so that would just be really cool. Honorable mentions. So first for honorable mentions, I'm going to have to go with Varan, because there just aren't that many Varan figures out there, or at least not ones that are movie accurate anyways, except of course the X Plus. The only ones I can really think of are the YMSF, the High Grade, and the Marmots. The second honorable mention would be the female Muto. Sort of like Varan, there are no good scale female Muto figures. There's only the High Grade, the Mecha Whiz Kids, the Chibi figure, and the one that came with the Pack of Destruction, but there's no 6-inch Bandai female Muto. Male Muto got one, so I don't know why they skipped out on female Muto. Next honorable mention would be Gigan 1973. Why? Pretty sure there's only one Gigan 1973 figure, or at least the only one I can think of is the Giga Brain, which I really want. Number 1. Again, I'm kind of cheating with this one, because it could be multiple figures, but for number 1, I'm going to say they could reissue any figure from the 50th Anniversary Memorial Box. Now, the 50th Anniversary Memorial Box was released in 2004 for Godzilla's 50th Anniversary and includes some figures that have never had a release other than in that box set, like Godzilla 1984 and 62. I've always wanted this set. There's only one problem. Yeah, it would be awesome if Bandai could release some of these figures as just normal releases, so they could be, well, affordable. Because they have some of the rarest Godzilla. They have a 64, 65, like I said, 62, 84. Anyways, those are the 10 figures, well, 13 if you count honorable mentions, that I want Bandai to remake, make, or reissue. Now, I'm really hoping that Bandai really comes in with a lot of new figures, maybe some reissuing stuff. Because, like, Gyra and Sanda, that came out of nowhere. I didn't think they would make them anytime soon, but I cannot wait to pick up all the new Bandai figures. And I hope you guys enjoy this new video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.